up, guys, and welcome to the Celsius podcast.
Today, we've got some show reviews, some food reviews, and some package reviews.
Yeah, and it's a very special day because,
Uri, which one do you want to start? What?
guys, it's the Haunted Mansion release date. Very special day for everyone.
Is that coming in theaters or Disney Plus?
In theaters.
Theaters.
That is the only thing that has happened today.
In July.
Oh, okay. So, Beck, would you like to tell the audience where you are?
I am in Michigan. So.
Damn. What's in Michigan?
My family.
Besides Paul Bunyan. Damn, is your family Paul Bunyan?
No, I wish.
Is it the blue ox or whatever it is?
What?
Is it him?
Who's the blue ox?
Paul Bunyan and the other guy.
Are you talking about? No, I think he meant Blue Ox. He was talking about Beck himself.
Yes,
blue.
I am blue.
Yeah, Paul Bunyan and the Blue Ox. You guys don't know that guy?
Guys, so Beck, why are you in Michigan? Is just family and
stuff?
Oh,
he's
I'm
in Minnesota.
Celebrating my birthday, which is today. And I'm staying up till midnight on my birthday doing the podcast. Because time differences are painful.
Right. I think we haven't had Nicola in like 5 episodes.
It is crazy.
Now, Beck, what is the temperature at where you're at?
Oh, yeah, it is going to be very low. It also might be raining right now. I'm not sure.
Wow.
All right, what's it in where you are?
It's 74 here, Fahrenheit.
Okay, it is 67 here, Fahrenheit.
Wow. Now, Beck, because it's your birthday, we're going to be doing a little reviewing of my package haul that I got this week.
That is great.
And so we're going to start off with Beck's birthday present that is still wrapped in plastic.
Let's go.
It's this Outer Wilds t-shirt and a sticker and this Silk Song thing.
Because I like all of those games, especially Outer Wilds, because it is the best time loop media.
I have a gift for Beck. It's a name tag with the Lek Buy-ins on it.
I gotta say, it's a very close tie between these gifts.
Beck, this is a medium because they didn't have large.
It was crazy.
That is pretty crazy. It was also just restocked.
I know. They did it specifically for me.
Now, what else did I get from this package review?
Yes.
This little hat. I'm actually
lying.
It's a little hat for this guy.
Oh my god, guys, we've been tricked.
The hit game, A Short Hike, which is on my t-shirt.
He seems like he really likes the game A Short Hike. Even though I heard you can beat it in like 2 hours.
So, you can beat Outer Wilds in 20 minutes.
That is true. That is very much true.
I got this pig from the game Unpacking.
What? I thought it was from Garten of Banban.
This is the Garten of Banban pig.
Great.
I got pajama bottoms. They are Undertale pajama bottoms. And they say...
It seems kind of excessive.
Oh, yes, on the butt. Very cool.
Yeah, you have a lot of good sleeping merch.
Mm-hmm.
Beck, I'm going to buy you a blue mansion one day.
Wow. That'd be a great gift.
This guy.
He got the Slinky dog from Toy Story. Now, that's from a movie.
Dog. No, he's from real life.
What?
Yeah, that's product
They didn't make him for the movie?
No, he's like Potato Head. It's Slinky Dog.
Wait, that's crazy.
No, he's just his own entity.
I'm shocked. This is a mind-breaking revelation.
I'm also shocked, but I am not the Lions.
Okay.
Valhalla vinyls.
Did you have anything that can play a vinyl?
Yeah, I have a record player.
You own a record player?
5 vinyls, the entire soundtrack.
It is always crazy. Like, okay, I get like why you would buy like a vinyl because it's not like necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna play it on vinyl. It's just I have my music physically. So it's crazy to me that you actually own something that can play it.
So we're there.
Yeah.
So, Beck, are you good at these gifts or packages or I don't
Literally
know?
the Outer Wilds
Well,
thing.
only one of them is good.
Yeah, literally, that's like the one non-blue shirt I'll wear.
It
It has slight amounts
Back-
of blue.
Like it's kind of almost blue.
It is, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, is that I have to say something.
What?
Uh-huh.
I have a little confession.
Oh no.
Yesterday, I watched Oppenheimer again.
No, bro. Okay, here, wait.
I was invited to see it again.
I also was invited to see it again, but instead of doing that, I'll go into first what I'm because this is one of the things I'm watching. So my family was like, "Guys, we really want to see Oppenheimer," and I'm like, "Okay, I don't really want to sit through 3 hours of Oppenheimer again." So, guess what I did? I watched Elemental, a
Whoa, the
film.
newest Pixar movie.
It was, so now
By
I'm
yourself?
officially caught up on every Pixar film.
Crazy.
You
I'm
watched
still
The
haven't
Good
seen, like,
Dinosaur?
I did watch The Good Dinosaur, and for years I
Mhm.
thought, wait, this isn't a Pixar, this is just Disney animation. No, it is actually a Pixar movie.
Yep.
I was shocked to figure that out.
Wait, did you watch it by yourself, the movie? And
I
like
did
they went to
watch the movie
Oppenheimer?
by myself. In a theater full of families, I was the one guy just sitting there with some popcorn in a row alone. So,
Is it a good movie?
it was a decent movie. I liked it a lot more than Lightyear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
it kind of felt middle of the road generic story-wise. The animation was
Mhm.
top tier just cuz that's what you expect from like a modern Pixar.
Yeah.
They did some really cool things with like making the world seem realistic. Like the
Mhm.
fire people can like melt glass and then reform the glass. And that's really cool. So one of like the main characters literally just wants to do glass blowing because she's really good at it.
Mhm.
That's really cool. They have like good world design.
In this movie, are certain types of elemental people? Are they kind of like representing like real like races in
It is
Yeah,
it
I
is
knew
a
that was
really
the question.
weird concept because you have like the four elements, which is like the generic ones: earth, wind, fire, and water. Let me tell you something. The wind and the earth people get like no development, and I swear you could like remove them from the story and it would not matter at all. Cause like
kind of like Will Ferrell's character in Barbie.
No, he's important.
yeah, he makes the jokes.
Yeah, he's Will Ferrell. You
Yeah.
need Will Ferrell.
So yeah, you have that. The main thing is like the generic, oh my god, guys, the fire girl is gonna get with the water boy, but like they're different
Like the
elements.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird that they're mixing. So that's like one of the things.
Interracial.
Yeah. It is literally not subtle about its racial stuff. Like, there's like two big scenes. Like, there's a big immigration thing. Like, the fire people, they left Fireland and they get to Elemental
What?
City, and then, oh my god, guys, they changed their names, like in the real world with immigration. So, they're not very subtle about, like, the real life allegories. But still,
Yeah.
it's good.
I'm just gonna say for Oppenheimer, I think this time I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but I think I respected the story more and understood the story better this time.
100%. Like once you watch it a second time, you're actually able to like remember.
Yeah.
Oh, this character was doing this.
Yeah, and I think I enjoyed the story more. I think Nolan movies. I think it's my maybe fourth favorite Nolan movie.
Okay, I can assume it's like
The first one is The Dark Knight. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. That's the best one.
I thought that one flopped at the box office.
Dark Knight.
Ooh, The
Oh
Dark
yeah.
Knight.
No, he's making the Morbius joke from the movie.
And that one definitely flopped at the box office. But that's my favorite. That's the one that's most easily rewatchable for me, The Dark Knight. Then I'm going to go Inception.
Yeah.
And then Memento. Memento is a fire film.
Yeah.
That's one of the earlier films. And then I go a little oppy. And the thing is that the end line where like the chain reaction of destroying the world, it hits hard. It still hits hard at the
Yeah.
end of just like the first time I watched it. It was good. Bomb stuff still really good. I think this was a way better viewing this time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish I'd seen it again instead of watching Elemental.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it. So maybe if it comes out on I don't know when you watch it on an airplane or
I don't
something.
know. I feel the experience in like actual theater is way different.
Yeah, but it doesn't compete. It's like good. It's so good watching it, and I like that I understood it better. I remembered some of the characters, and then I realized, oh, this makes sense. I know who this character is now, and the communism stuff makes more sense. And then it's like it all fit together better this time, and I think I understood it more. And yeah, so everyone still watch it. If you can't watch it in theaters, watch it when
We
it
have
comes
our
out. 'Cause
Barbenheimer full review up.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, but Nolan, he said he's not mad at people who watch movies at at TV or in the planes. It
Yeah.
says it's because movies. That's how movies get kind of like spread out.
Yeah, one thing is I watched a video recently. It was like, why is like Oppenheimer breaking IMAX projectors? It's really funny because it's like an interview and no one's talking about it. It's like these projectors, they originally were only built for 2 hours, 30 minutes. But then when I was making this film, I went and I asked the engineers and they're like, yeah, we can make it work. So he was like pushing the limits of what was possible with like IMAX film.
That's kind
We
of the
didn't watch
Nolan
it in
thing.
IMAX, did
What? We did not watch
didn't
it.
watch it.
I think, yeah, they just a
No,
really
we
high.
didn't watch Oppenheimer in IMAX either, though. We didn't watch like the full IMAX,
Yeah.
70 millimeter thing.
We just watched it, and I have no idea what we watched, and we just
13-mile long tape.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. So Nolan's always been pushing. Like back, Memento's one of his earlier films. You know what it's about?
It's like weird time differences, right?
No, Memento is
Yes.
kind of like a guy who has amnesia.
Oh yeah.
And so the first scene of the movie is the last scene, and so each scene is the scene before, and then it's like backwards until it gets to the first scene, technically.
Oh yeah. I remember I played a game like that once. It was like called Beyond Two Souls or something,
Mhm.
and it like jumps between times a ton. Crazy.
So I encourage everyone to rewatch Oppenheimer when they get the chance.
I also am trying to watch Memento because like it's crazy because it doesn't feel like his most popular, but it's like critically is like one of his highest all around.
Yeah. So, but Beck, is there any good stories you've had in Michigan,
like
or anything?
Okay, well it took me like 5 matches to light my birthday cake. And I also
really funny.
burned my thumb because I let the matches burn down to my fingertips, like that Spider-Man Noir line.
Whoa!
So my
that's really
finger is
funny.
still hurting from that. And then
Wow.
when I was trying to blow out the last match, I accidentally blew out half the candles again. So
No.
yeah, so that was
That's really
fun.
pathetic.
It was. It was also really funny.
Beck, what else have you been watching? Because you told me before
Oh my
the pod you
god!
had
Am I able to talk about what I'm watching?
Yeah.
All right, I got a lot of stuff. I made a list. The list has
Whoa.
returned.
A
So
list time. Beck, make a graphic for list.
I'll make a list graphic, sure.
List graphic, go!
List.
Yeah, let's have it looping over this. All right, I'll go over the movies because I don't have a ton to say about them, and then I'll go into the series. So I'll go in like chronological. On the plane ride here, I was looking through. They had like the screens on the back of the seats. I was looking through the movies, and they had Kubo and the Two Strings, which is a film.
movie.
It's a film I've always wanted to watch, so I watched it on the plane, and it was really good.
Very good.
Yes.
It's all like stop motion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has the largest stop motion thing. The big skeleton is like this big.
Oh wow!
In real life,
yeah,
maybe taller. I don't know.
It was crazy to me how they were able to do that. It also has like one of my favorite character things, where it's like a character uses an instrument as a weapon. So So that was really cool. Like the way he like controls like the paper mache stuff with like a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
That made for some really
And
cool.
just 2 strings.
Yeah, it does have. I know it was
what-
kind of annoying because like you look at the thing and it has 3 strings. I'm like, oh, they got that wrong. But then it makes sense like at the end of the film.
What is this movie about exactly?
It's like this guy needs to like collect 3 pieces of armor to beat
Mhm.
Moon Guy. It's hard to explain.
And
Like,
there's a bug guy.
There's Bug
and
Guy and
another
then-
lady.
Monkey.
Like Thanos.
It's
No, not
it is
Thanos.
not like Thanos.
When he collected all those stones in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, it was really like a cult classic.
What is it called? Finish some
He always finishes early. That's Nicola's movie.
what else have you been watching back?
Second thing, I was like, okay, I watched Barbie. Who made Barbie? Greta Gerwig. What else did she
Good.
make?
Uh-huh.
She made Little
Lady Bird.
Women. And guess
Yeah,
what?
Lady
She also
Bird.
made a 3rd movie, and it was called
Lady Bird.
Lady
Was it Lady
Bird.
Bird?
So I was
Good
like,
movie.
okay.
Whoa, that is Shafrillis Productions, one of his favorite movies.
It
and that
is.
is one of my favorite movie reviewers. And he says it's a good movie, so
It's a
it
good movie.
probably is.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, she's only really made like 3 major films. If I watch this, I can say I've watched all her films.
She's going to be making the next 2 Narnia films for Netflix.
Didn't they already make Narnia films? They're
They're
rebooting
rebooting
it.
But I
For
course.
Netflix.
So what I did was like at like 11:30 at night, I was like, okay, I want to watch Lady Bird. So I'm
Those
like,
cravings.
yeah. So I was like, what's this on? So it's on Paramount Plus, which I'm like,
dear.
I'm never gonna
murdered.
get Paramount Plus, but they have a 1-week free trial. So this is
Oh,
just
hell
kind of a
yeah.
side tangent. I go and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go cancel so it doesn't pill me when the end's over. They're like, no, don't go. We're gonna give you 2 months free. So I just
That's pretty good.
cancel, and now I just got 2 months free of Paramount Plus from a free trial.
Beck scammed the system. He
I
got
did
his 2
scam the
months.
system, so now I can watch stuff like Zoe 102, the Zoe 101 movie
Yo.
sequel.
You should watch it with
You
your
can
sister.
watch SpongeBob.
Yeah,
now.
no,
With your
I was
sister.
like, hey, do you want my Paramount Plus password to watch this? He's like, yes, I love the show. For some reason,
I feel like she would have planned to already get the app.
but
wouldn't
I
she,
was
if
like,
she's such
okay, I
a-
already paid for. I already like didn't pay for
Is
it.
it already out? I thought it wasn't
It
just
came
like
out yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. We,
Oh.
like, for some
So
reason, we own,
102.
yeah, we bought like all 7 seasons on like Amazon, so we paid like $100 for it. So
Wow.
yeah,
I paid for all 7 seasons of Everybody Loves Raymond when I was watching that show.
okay. Now I gotta actually talk about Lady Bird.
Hold on, wait. I want to ask. Should I spend $8 to watch Command Z, the Time movie with Michael Cera?
Is that a time loop movie?
A show? I mean, a
a
show.
show?
I don't know what it is.
Why are you gonna
So,
spend
but
it?
it has Michael.
Wait, you spend $8 like on like buying it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe.
Comment below. So how was
Comment
Lady
below,
Bird?
guys. If we get 10 likes, Aiden will buy Command Z, starring Michael Cera. Okay, let me actually talk about Lady Bird. So
Yeah.
this
movie.
one I liked because unlike Barbie and Little Women, it wasn't like entirely focused on like women messages, which was
I mean, there's a woman as the main character.
yeah, but it's not like specifically about like what it means to be a woman.
Beck's men's right activist comes out really a lot during his watching of movies.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like I hate when Beck tells me. So I don't like Andrew Tate, but the one thing I'll agree with him about is, and then he just goes on a long tangent about how he loves
We're not
Andrew
gonna talk about
Tate's
the fact that
messages.
Uri's the one that followed Andrew Tate on our podcast account. It was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Are you going to talk about the one that Beck went to a feminist rally and say men are better?
Yeah, we have to delete that vlog.
With the Storming of September shirt on him. Anyway,
Okay.
tell us about Lady
I
Bird.
actually watched Lady Bird. It's a good film. It's about like someone going into their senior year of high school, which like I can relate to,
Like you.
which is crazy.
Except you won't get into her college.
Yeah, and it was like really cool. It was like kind of about it's this woman and she like is called Lady Bird and it's like all about
The same main character from Little Women, the actress.
Really?
I think so.
I did not know that.
I looked.
It's
I
crazy
looked up the
because
cast, and they look like the same person.
no, it is
so.
crazy like how much cast crossover there is between this and Little Women. She was just like, oh, let's get all the exact same people back.
Yeah, and
You have
Timothy
Chalamet, who is a douche in this movie.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So you have all that, and then it's all about like at least what I got from it's all like her trying to run away from who she is throughout like all of her time in high school. But then like she gets to college and then she's like, yeah, I gotta embrace like actually who I am.
Yeah, and she fights with her mother in the movie.
She does fight with her mom like a lot. But
then,
yeah, it's a really good film. I liked it the most out of all of her 3 films.
What? No, you don't like it more than Barbie? You like it more than Barbie?
I actually like this one more than Barbie.
I can see that.
No, but Jeff Ellis gave Barbie a 10 out of 10.
That shocked me so much. It is. I did not think that was a 10 out of 10 film.
Beck is too much of a men's rights guy.
Yeah,
it's like Beck loves Ben Shapiro's like review of the movie. He loves it.
Yeah, I loved when he talked about it for 42 minutes and then also decided to dress up.
And then did another one.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
Okay, but
so back. Do you think the cut fart scene choir? Do you think it should have made it in the movie?
Was that not like a parody?
No, that was real
thing. Wait, no! I swear that was a parody.
For all 3 of those movies, all 3 of them.
I cannot.
He really wants it.
Her like writing down, and then they have a fart choir. Why would Greta Gerwig be like, this needs to be in my film?
Okay, are you ready for the Netflix? Are you ready for the Narnia movie where they have a fart opera?
Yeah, she's been trying to do it. Three movies, none of it.
Okay,
bring it back.
I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about what I'm watching.
Okay, well, guess what? I got a lot more I gotta talk about.
How much? Come on, let's speed run it.
I have to talk about 2 shows and 1 movie, but I'll talk about the show first. I have started watching like 6 episodes of Adventure Time, which is
now I have to watch Atlas.
Yeah, he does have to watch Avatar now.
Fuck! I have to watch a good show. Fuck!
Yeah, you have to watch like the number 4 highest rated show on IMDb. This is so sad.
Damn it.
But yes. And in my opinion, it is not very good so far.
It's the first 6 episodes back.
No. I watched 6 more episodes. I'm on episode like 12.
Oh, okay.
I'm at like I finished the first episode that has Marceline in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I am trying really hard to like this show, and it is
You're not.
Please. Please keep watching it.
I am going to keep watching it. I am suffering through these episodes because I'm told it's good.
Like I started rewatching it. This is one of my things I was watching this week. I rewatched it. I'm in season 3 already.
Ow! But you did the same thing with like Steven Universe. You watched in like 1 week, and it took me like 3.
You watch like Owl House in like
I swear I could watch all of Owl House in 1 sitting.
Yeah,
it's just how much you like the show.
Yeah. So I'm trying really hard to watch this, and I am trying to get through it.
See, I understand. Season 1 is a lot of goofing around.
It's really stupid for me. It's like they do this, they get no character development, they have some jokes, and then episode over.
How's the voice acting? Is it good?
It's good.
Yeah, generally.
Okay. It has John DiMaggio. Yeah, we'll come back to.
We will come back to that. But overall,
Aiden.
I will watch
Yeah.
Adventure Time.
Back.
And we'll try
Trust
to
me,
finish it.
So okay. So there's things actually start happening in season 2.
Great.
Season 2 is actually like really good. I was watching season 2 and I got like 7 of like my favorite episodes back to back, and I forgot they were all in season 2.
Great. I will then try to get to season 2.
Trust me, back.
Okay.
Does Beck have to watch the entire show for him to watch Avatar?
No, I'll start Avatar. If he stops watching Adventure Time, I stop watching
I'm
Avatar.
continuing. It's like an endurance run. It's like 9 seasons of Adventure
It
Time.
is like 9 seasons,
That's
and then
a lot.
plus 4 more episodes, plus another show that's coming out.
Then what? The new one, Fiona and Cake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Beck continues.
And now the last thing I have to talk about: the conclusion of my Steven Universe watch through.
Oh, did you watch Future?
I'll come back to that. So,
Oh no,
I didn't finish Future. So I finished season 5. There are 5 seasons. I finished season 5.
Mhm.
I thought season 5 a bit weaker, but still really good. The ending, it did feel really rushed. Like, we have no character development at all for the main villain. Like, I had no idea who she was, and then she was just, like, evil, and then they fought, and it was over. It didn't really feel that much like a good ending.
So true.
So
that's unfortunate when that's like what was this the final season?
It was the final season, yeah.
It's unfortunate when the final season kind of peters out.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're saying it was like they had to squish the episodes down.
They just were like, we're canceling it because this is too gay. So
sad.
Like the Owl House.
Yeah,
like the Owl House.
Crazy.
That's why they call it the cousin of the Owl House. It's weird.
That's why I specifically call it
Aiden
that.
specifically called it the cousin.
Aiden's a they. They call it that.
Okay. Yeah, so I did that, and then I finished the finale on the plane, and then I had downloaded the movie, Steven Universe the movie, to watch on the plane. I watched it. What?
Is it a good film?
It is a good film. It is
good.
It is very much a musical. Like, they do like a song every 9-10 minutes.
Great.
Yeah.
And
it is one of the it's like a movie that if you just listen to the soundtrack, you could get the whole plot.
Oh yeah, 100%. I also have been listening to like the soundtracks of both of the show and the movie, and they're really good.
They're very good. Shifreless actually has a ranking of the song.
Really? Oh, I actually want to watch that now. So yeah, film really good. It kind of felt like what the finale should have been. But yeah, it's like you have all this.
It makes a way better finale than the actual finale.
This is one thing it got really annoying to me. It is crazy how he will literally not fight anyone in this show. I am telling you, it is actually insane. The entire Earth is at stake. They're all gonna die in like an hour. His friends are like on top of lava, about to die. He starts singing to the main villain.
We can make a difference. We can make a change.
Being like, I know you can change. And I start laughing every time I hear that song. It's so stupid.
Very funny.
And then, now I can get to my main problem with Future. He does all that. He sings to the main villain of the movie when the entire Earth is at stake. First episode of Future.
Dogs.
Jasper steps on a bug. Steven beats his ass. It's crazy.
Is he kind of like the polar opposite character in Future?
It isn't.
Oh, he's so different.
Has to be like less than a year. Oh my god!
It's like I think it's a year and a half or 2 years. He's I think
he's
16 or 18.
You do not go from that to beating up an innocent gem in less than a year. It's crazy. I'm like,
So
bro.
bad.
And then I watched 2 other episodes of Future, and I just felt really. It felt so
Empty.
aimless. It felt like, okay, we need to do something here, but all of our problems are solved. What are we gonna do? They came up with a bunch of episode ideas, and it didn't work for me.
Well,
Did you? You
I
end
did
up
not
finishing
finish
show,
Future.
did
I
you?
might, but
Yeah. Yeah. I told you it's
not good.
not good.
I mean, you kind of described it as like
No.
a plague, and it was the worst thing you've ever seen. It was decent. It kind of felt like it was ruining it.
But it gets worse. It gets worse.
so are you going to continue watching it?
It's not good.
I will probably not continue watching Future.
Okay. Sorry, Aiden.
There's not even
Yeah,
good
there's not
songs
like
in
a single
Future.
song in Future yet for me.
There's one good song, and then it's also like one of the worst scenes.
All
So
right,
it's
well,
Yes.
that's
not
all I
good.
had to say.
I will go now into what I've been watching because we've had 20 minutes of back talking about
We
what
Well,
did
we've been
well,
20
watching.
minutes of me talking, but also I said exact because I had a ton that I watched.
Okay, it's fine. Beck. We love.
hurry, after you talk about what you can I talk about what I've been watching, because 2 of the things that I watch are the same that you watched, and I have one other thing.
Yeah,
that
no,
I
we're
watched.
doing those 2
And I'll be
reviews
quick 'cause it's one
after the what we're watching.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Never mind.
I assume
Okay,
I know
I'm
what
just
they
going to talk
are.
about other stuff I've been watching.
Got it.
So, okay, I'm going to talk about 2. Okay, there's 3 things. Okay, I watched a Tarantino movie called Jackie Brown. It's one of his earlier ones. It's a good film. It's about like kind of like it's like a few different characters and they're kind of interacting in like this kind of crime thing. It's a good movie. Watch it. But I watched 2 documentaries. I like browsing different streaming services and finding what documentaries they have. And so I watched one on two on Hulu. Both of them are on Hulu. And one of them, guys, are you familiar with the website Ashley Madison?
Oh yeah, they had that big leak, right?
Yeah. So this website is a website that helps you have affairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the
it's
hell?
like their slogan is like life short, have an affair. Makes sense. It sounds like a pretty evil company, which they are, admittedly. But the guys are like, hey, the CEO is like, infidelity is like existed all the time. We're just helping people have better infidelities. And so, like 2014, like a hack team like tried to force them like shut down your company or we'll leak a bunch of people like info, and then they released it and it was really bad publicity. The CEO had to step down. Many people killed themselves over because their information was in the hack. It was a kind of like a shit show. It was very bad, and so that's. But then they still continue to this day, and yeah, that's the first documentary I watched.
Okay.
The second documentary was a bit darker than the other one. So there was this woman who had like in college, she had like a little boyfriend, but then they broke up and they had different lives, but then they decided to get back together. This boyfriend was like the love of her life. He was her soulmate. But he had, and so he was very patriotic. He was, Beck, guess what? He was a video production teacher.
What?
But
What a twist.
Beck, based on
Whoa.
him being a video production teacher and your back experience with video production teachers, it seems like there's a trend, because guess what? He was a pedophile. He preyed on one of his students, and then the police came and he was charged with doing that.
Was this like a documentary or like
a documentary? A documentary. And so so the girlfriend, she goes to his phone, and it turns out he's like a rampant cheater. He had like he cheated on her like 50 times, like so many women, and he was kind of like a sexual
Did he use the website that we just
no.
talked about?
They bought a store,
Oh.
they made like a coffee shop, and he kind of used the coffee shop as like his own personal brothel when she wasn't there. And like he got like women who came in, he brought them to the house, to the coffee shop, a lot of different places. But then the big thing was that okay, you can have a lot of affairs, but then he also groomed a child, and that's the big one. You shouldn't groom a
that's not-
child. And
But cheating is
cheating
okay.
is better than grooming a child.
It
I
is
think.
crazy how every
Yeah.
week Urias watched a new dark documentary about like a murderer or like
Documentaries are fun to watch because
it's crazy
no.
how you find all of these.
I mean, they're promoted pretty heavily on Hulu and these streaming services.
I think because you watch a lot of them.
Yeah,
Curry's the only person that watches them.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
the
he's
only. I'm the
single-handedly
only guy
getting all
I'm
these in
single-handedly
production.
cheering the true crime genre. But the funny thing is that the girlfriend of like the wife, she made a podcast to go through her healing. It's called Betrayal. Her podcast.
A video about their video production teacher being, oh, this is just like Uri. That's crazy.
Yeah. So Beck, I guess it makes sense. He is a video production teacher, so he's probably a shitty person.
I mean,
Okay.
one bad experience. It doesn't matter. I mean,
No, Beck, your back as a video production teacher was way worse than the other person, obviously.
what? No, I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, Beck, we totally
A video
believe.
production teacher being mean to me and banning one of my films is different than a video production teacher being a pedophile. It's weird to draw that comparison. There's a major gap there.
But Beck, he banned your film twice and dissed the other ones.
Yeah, he also brought you out of class to scorn you
This is not a
sometimes.
comparable thing.
Okay, in all disclaimer, I feel sorry for you, and it was a good documentary. You should watch it.
I
But,
will not. One, because I don't have a
I will
Hulu
not.
subscription, and two, I'm not into these dark documentaries like you are.
Well, Beck, you're soon gonna get a Hulu subscription when your sister goes to colleges because she
Wait,
might
she
get
gets a
something.
Hulu subscription?
At least that's what my sister got.
Let's go.
Anyway, but no, at the end of I think winter, Disney Plus and Hulu are merging or something.
I am
Like
so hyped for that. I really hope they don't increase Disney Plus by like double the price though. Because
Anyway,
the one thing is like my parents, they watch like nothing on Disney Plus, and it's hard to explain to them that I want to watch The Owl House for a fourth time on Disney Plus. So,
Beck, you've always
I use Disney Plus a lot.
yeah,
I use Hulu the least, I think. No, I use Netflix the least. I barely.
I also use.
I use Prime Video the least.
I
don't ever use Prime.
Yeah.
I think I use Netflix actually kind of the least. I think I might use Hulu the most. I think
I use Max the most, mostly because like that's where all their like the
Max,
Cartoon Network stuff is, and that's like all of the shows that Aiden is recommending me to watch.
I use Paramount Plus and Prime Video the least.
Oh, I use Peacock also not at all because like I have to watch it with ads on my phone, but I have an ad blocker on my computer.
I don't have Peacock.
So
Peacock, I don't use that much.
There's like
Apple TV
that
Plus,
is where it comes
average amount. But anyway, I'm gonna get into my final episode of The Secret Invasion.
Oh I have been waiting so much for this. I've heard it's a shit show.
I heard it was awful and kind of retcons a whole character.
It's not very good. So just get out. It's not okay.
Whoa.
So last week we left off. So there's these like there's the British officer who's doing her thing. There's like the president who's been harmed, and so Nick Fury's planning to give the harvest, which is the DNA of the superheroes, to
every single
the
Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I saw
the villains.
I saw that they had the DNA of Thanos and other.
It had a lot of different DNAs. It's a very okay. So first, you're like So this is how the episode kind of starts off. Like different people at play. Rhodey is we know he's a Skrull, obviously.
Yeah.
And so Nick Fury, we see Gravik meets Nick Fury, and they're like having like their conversation. Nick Fury's all like, okay, he's there. He needs to take like these iodide pills because they're under a nuclear reactor, and he's like dying. And then Gravik says, "Well, finally, the Nick Fury is dying." And then they get into this conversation like you failed my people, my Skrulls, and that's like you failed us. And then that part, I was like, why are people saying this episode so bad? It's like this is pretty compelling for me. I found that's like he was being like. What if Nick Fury just dies in this show? And I feel like
Yeah,
that could be
like
a
an
good
intellectual debate is like a good final battle between the two.
like
right?
you die, and then
I can't wait to hear.
And then it wasn't Nick Fury. It was Talos's daughter pretending to be Nick Fury.
Bro, no way.
No, and then
The one that Rick died?
And then it turns out she took the harvest DNA as well. And so then they have like a battle where they both use superhero powers, Gravik and Gaia. And then like the way she defeats him is really stupid. Cause guess what? This big villainous Skrull hero dies really fast in their battle. And then she uses Mantis's powers and she says sleep on him. And then he sleeps and then he just falls and
That's how she wins?
yeah.
No, you can't just be like sleep battle over.
How do you get Mantis DNA?
She must have slid.
Stabbed one time.
When?
I don't know. She was
like
at
the
Battle
only
of Earth, right?
Yeah, she was. And then
okay for
and
like
then-
20 seconds.
Yeah, they took every single bit of blood on the battlefield and like had to identify it.
and like how do you get this blood? How the fuck do you just get blood? I know you. There's.
Yeah.
I know the. And then like
can you get it off like dried blood, or did they like immediately after they won? They just had Nick Fury there, just like taking blood samples from everyone.
Or like at Tony Stark's funeral, everyone's just ruminating, sad. They're like, "Wow, what a good guy."
And then guys,
like
look
Guardians
up
are standing in the corner, and Nick Fury walks up. He's like, "Hey, can I have your DNA before you head off to space again?"
So you gotta remember, half of the villains in that battle, they snapped away at the end of it.
Mhm.
So,
Oh yeah, how did they?
Does that dust count as DNA?
No way.
Anyway, and so the villain of this entire show dies kind of like pretty easily, and I feel like the CGI kind of looks weird in him. He looks like a really fucking
I've heard it's like
beefy-
the worst CGI.
like a very beefy ass Skrull, and he looks really weird. And so then it turns out Nick Fury's actually planning to. It was actually going after. Turns out he was actually going after Rhodey because Rhodey was planning to do some stuff, and then the president gets a gun, and then Nick Fury says, "Don't, you gotta kill Rhodey." Says, "Kill Nick Fury." And Nick Fury says, "Like kill Rhodey." And it's like, who do I believe? Type of situation, you know?
Oh, one of those like weird clone things.
Wait,
Yeah,
these were Super Skrulls, right? Like the like actually like strong Super Skrull character.
I mean like Gravik and Gaia using the harvest. I guess that's what you call a Super Skrull.
Okay.
I don't know. Gravik just seems to be like he kind of like they propped up this villain, all to be like a nothing character, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that happens. So then, but Nick Fury manages to get away, and then he shoots the Skrull Rhodey in the head, and Rhodey dies. Skrull Rhodey.
So he's just like taken out from the MCU.
Rhodey.
Is the original Rhodey just dead, or like how do they explain like?
That's the next part. So then Gaia goes down to like where they've been like because the way the Skrulls work, they take the people, put them in like pods, and then like they take the form of them, and so then they take him out, and then guess what? Rhodey, he's good, he's chill, he's fine, he's great.
Oh wow.
Agent Ross's character from Black Panther, he's also good. All these characters, solid, real good. They'll be fine. We don't know how long they've taken the bodies of the Skrulls, but you know what? Who cares? They're fine. They're fine.
Did you see that they said that Rhodey's probably been a Skrull since after Civil War.
Yeah, that's one thing that's crazy to me is like they don't explain it, and then also like
So
that would
during-
ruin a ton of emotional moments if it was just like some random guy.
Yeah.
You know what they should have done? He should have been a Skrull right after the first Iron Man. That explains the different character, how he looks. The actor is different.
Maybe.
So true.
That would have been good.
I
but
mean, you can just accept that they did a recasting. You don't need some random reason.
But anyway, and so then that happens, and then guess what? Nick Fury, he's looking fine. He gets back his old trench coat, and he plans to go back to space, and then his wife's all like, I'm leaving. No, he's like to his wife, I'm leaving. You can come if you want to come. And then it's like she doesn't come, but then he's right about to go to the space thing, and then his wife comes, and then she says, I'll come with you, and like, but you have to love me as I am, not as who I pretend to be. So she turns back to regular, like her real Skrull form, not Priscilla. I'm Vara. And then he kisses a green alien, and then they go into the ship, and that's how it ends.
Wow. That sounds terrible. Was Nick Fury in the final fight at all? Was he like a bystander or anything?
He was like, I think he did like the fighting with like Rhodey, like Skrull Rhodey, and he just killed him.
No.
One thing,
and then
yeah, what's annoying to me is like this happens a
it's
lot with
pointless.
Like, yeah,
it just felt
with
pointless.
With MCU TV shows, it's crazy because like they want to tell a story, but they also need to tell a story that isn't too important so someone that hasn't seen the shows can watch the movies. So they aren't able to like tell anything that like is interesting because like the same thing with like WandaVision and Doctor Strange is like, what was all this? Everyone was confused when they watched Multiverse of Madness because they hadn't seen WandaVision. So now they're like, okay, we need to make these shows not really important. So now Secret Invasion, people are going to be like, they're going to need to like recap it in like, I don't know, that new like Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, weird triple
the Marvels.
Movie. Yeah, the Marvels.
It's also another thing with the superhero fatigue because it's not. I don't think people are getting tired of superheroes. I feel like I think they're just getting bad stories with superheroes.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like
it's not good.
They're stretching themselves out way too thin. They're not able to make. They make a ton of mediocre films instead of a few good films.
Because I feel like consistently,
like Spider-Man was good, and people went and saw that, and people really liked it. And the new Superman show is good, and people like that. I think it is just that you need to make a good movie.
Yeah.
I feel like kind of like no matter how much good movies we got after Endgame, I feel like the MCU kind of maxed itself with Endgame.
Oh yeah, did you guys see we got a Loki season 2 date? It's like in like October.
I'm most likely. I don't know if I might watch it, but I don't know.
I watched season 1. I really liked season 1, so I will watch season 2.
Maybe I'll do the weekly reviews for that one.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch that one without having watched anything else in the MCU.
I hope they're able to like keep the same style. I hope they don't like. It kind of feels like I don't want them to do like the Mandalorian, where like the first season they're able to be like this normal, chill, kind of small thing, but then season 2
is fan service to oblivion.
Yeah, I don't want that. Like, I feel like really good.
Season 2 was good, but I feel like Dave Filoni is too fan service sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
But Secret Invasion just felt like a useless, pointless MCU lackluster spy thriller that didn't really matter.
One thing that was crazy to me was like before this had come out, and like the first trailer was out, it was like, guys, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be like the best MCU TV show ever made, and then it just like kind of bombed.
Which is like what recent MCU show hasn't bombed? Like
Miss Marvel, I heard was like decently good enough.
Decent, but not amazing.
Yeah.
Moon Knight, decent.
I keep forgetting Moon Knight exists. Like people.
What about the Hawkeye show? Remember that one?
That existed. I completely forgot.
Decent. It's decent. It's this, as I said last episode, the sin of being vanilla.
Yeah.
But vanilla tastes
I
real
want
good.
to talk about something I actually liked. So let's get into
Can
the
I-
Futurama Harley
Can I
Quinn
talk
reviews.
about what I watched?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Aside from Adventure Time, the two things that we're going to talk about, I watched the newest episode of My Adventures with Superman show.
Good show.
And I really liked this episode because I thought it would be interesting. Last episode ended with Lois figuring out that Clark was Superman, and I wanted to know where
they
that
did that
ended
in
up.
episode 3?
Yeah, or episode 4
Episode
or
4,
5
yes,
or
okay, I'm
whatever.
off. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
But the
I thought that would like take
she
a
jumps
while.
off. She jumps off the top of the Daily Planet, and she says, "Hey Clark, I need you to prove something for me," and then just falls over backwards off of the building.
Bro, no,
Okay, that's
Just-
such
no way you
high risk.
risk your life just to find out if one guy is Superman.
No. She knew.
Oh,
She
okay.
knew. She was 99% sure. She says.
Bro,
Imagine
you
that
don't risk your life
1%.
on a 0.1% chance?
Okay, but is Adventures of Superman, is that like a more adult animated or towards kids side?
Adult animated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are
It
there
is good.
torturing scenes?
It's not like Harley
No.
Quinn. It's like
I wish.
it's something that can be like very much enjoyed by adults.
Yeah, but it's more like teen kind of.
Yeah.
Genre.
Mm.
It's very good. The only bad thing about this episode was the overdone plot of Lois being pissed at Clark for keeping Superman a secret
Yeah.
and calling him a liar and
Yeah.
mad at him.
I didn't like it when they did like Invincible. Like, remember that where they had the girlfriend being mad about that?
Amber or something?
Yeah.
Amber was her name? Yeah, she was. It's like, that's their only character trait, being mad. I get it.
See, and I was so happy for them too. They were a great couple, Lois Lane and Clark Kent. But now it's all for naught.
Yeah.
Very sad.
It's not like they're gonna fix it in one episode.
It probably won't, because now Jimmy Olsen gets kidnapped, and he's not even in the outro anymore.
Oh wait, that's actually cool. I like it when
the
shows
outro
like,
is normal. Him like walking, and like photos of all the characters go across the screen like an anime outro. But then he's just not in it, and the music is like really grim.
Yeah, I really like it when like
in BVS and like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I like it when shows like will change like their intro or outro depending on like what's happening in the show. It's really cool.
Like BoJack.
Yeah, like BoJack. Like when Wanda breaks up with him, she's just like removed from the intro.
Yeah, BoJack does that a lot.
And one more thing before we jump into the next two things. League of Legends Coke review.
Oh my god, guys, it's the famous Aiden Shoemaker food reviews.
League of Legends
drizzle, thirsty boy.
It's XP flavored. I don't know what that means.
Drink it. Give back.
Oh yeah,
Hype it up.
guys, we're getting it. Because does he die like the Grimace Shake? We don't know.
Sorry, Aiden just died.
Guys, we're getting a second taste. He's unsure.
Is it the same
He's
flavor as
getting
just
a
Coke?
third drink. Still very unsure.
It just tastes like Coke, but a little bit different.
That's crazy.
Okay. Just the same amount of love with just a little bit of dirty.
It tastes like XP. I feel great.
Can I have the extra XP code?
No, you can't.
That's so sad. Aiden has to grind
Do
his
I-
League of Legends.
I've never played League of Legends, and I do not intend to. I
Okay,
do intend to watch Arcane eventually, though.
Yeah,
But let's talk about Futurama.
Futurama.
Okay. So Beck, you haven't seen either of these shows?
Wait, what's the other show?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn and Futurama.
I've watched 3 seasons of it, and I watched halfway through the first episode of season 4.
Awesome.
Okay.
We can talk about that one together.
So you guys can talk about Futurama, and then I'll join
So
you.
Beck
in
can leave.
Harley
Hurry,
Quinn.
was it good?
I loved the first episode.
It was good.
In my opinion, I really liked the first episode. I actually did a quick 1-minute review on TikTok, on our TikTok about it. Most reviewed TikTok, by the way.
Oh,
But
wow.
but it was, I liked that it continued. It mentioned the end of the show, and it recognized what happened at the end of Meanwhile. It continued Fry's and Leela's relationship, which I think all the fans wanted. That was a big thing that they kept, that they stayed together in this. And I felt it was like a fun Futurama plot that brought back some old classic, like All My Circuits, mentioned the Calculon death, and I feel like it was a good return to form, good classic episode of Futurama, and a
It
good
felt
premiere.
like to me that it could go cleanly within the Comedy Central run.
Definitely.
If you feel me, I feel like it fit well in there. A little bit higher quality.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was that Fry wasn't in it too much.
Yeah, and also they kind of just like okay, he just left the suit. How did he leave the suit? That was just kind of like that was a bit weird.
Dumb logic. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the only joke I didn't really like that much was the NFT joke of like the scary mirror. That was like, okay, I get it. That was
I didn't like NFT jokes.
I like how they changed it from. I like how they changed it from the scary door to the scary mirror.
Yeah, that was like a little Black reference because they're referencing how, like, Black Mirror has become the new Twilight Zone now.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for this season to go because, like, as I said in the TikTok review, I enjoyed how, like, it's an exciting path. They're bringing back old storylines. Next episode is a longer storyline with the Kif and Amy babies. We're gonna see how their babies turn out.
It has been 20 years since that first episode.
Oh wow!
That it happened in, so
it's very, very exciting.
Very exciting.
And so, but what were your overall thoughts on the episode?
So I did like how it started. I like how it's set in 3023 now.
Yeah.
One thing Fry mentions is that he's been in the future for like 24 years or whatever.
Yeah, I don't get that because do they forget what happened like the 80 years they were like old or something?
I don't know, but like I don't feel like it doesn't feel like they've been there for 24 years or whatever, right?
I mean, that's like the time the show's been running, right? So maybe they were saying that.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, show's been on for 24 years, but it doesn't feel like it's been 24 years in years.
Yeah, that makes
even
a lot
though
of sense.
he says that, mentions that.
Yeah, I don't understand. So what? The things still continued, but a show gets to like they froze time, and so they went back, and then like a show got canceled.
Okay,
that's like.
I feel like they were really trying to just justify a way to reboot it. I don't think they cared a lot about the lore, the continuity.
Well, I thought the episode was good. I feel like Amy's and Ermi's voice were a little off. They sounded a little weird to me.
Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like maybe. Bender and Leela were still pretty good. Their voices were still pretty good, I think.
I wish there was more Bender in the episode.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get some Bender episodes soon. But a good first episode to start off the season, I think.
In the episode they try to reboot All My Circuits and they end up doing it, but they say bring it back for 2 seasons, 10 episodes a season, total of 20 episodes, referencing them being revived by Hulu, and then
so many revival jokes.
And then and then an additional 20 episodes and a movie, and that makes me angry and excited because if that is either referencing something that may happen or they're just saying that. And
like the 6 seasons of the movie thing. Happen. If you say it enough, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that is going to happen. So,
hopefully. One other thing is whenever Fry is speaking, you can hear how old Billy West is. Like he's an aging man.
Yeah, kind of.
It kind of makes me sad how old he is.
He's not the spry Fry he used to be.
He is 71 years old, voicing half of the characters in the show, and
he still pulls it off. I think that old voice works better for like Zap Brannigan, maybe
for Zap and Farnsworth.
Yeah,
you can't hear it in Farnsworth or Zoidberg, but Fry you can really hear it.
Well, I'm gonna say, Beck, there's so much like jokes to the current state of how Futurama is now. They making the joke like Fulu,
Yeah.
like Fry has a press conference at the end of the episode. Like a show should always be canceled every few years. And like there's like Bender makes some jokes like all my circuits relating to Futurama and like our times. Like there's so many jokes. They were nice, but they were very hitting you over the head with the jokes.
Yeah.
It's just it's first episode. I know next episode will be.
Yeah.
Do you know what days they release new episodes?
I'm assume Sundays. I assume.
And that's another thing. I'm glad that I have like this happened only like once before. I don't remember when it was. I think it was when Rick and Morty season 6 came out. I had 3 weekly shows that I was watching all at the same time. And
we're gonna eat with Solar Opposites coming soon.
That's so true. And then I also have Fiona and Cake lined up later this month too. Yeah. So I have content to watch, and I'm very excited about that.
I have not watched either of those. So
Solar Opposites comes out all at once, though. So that's exciting.
Okay.
So you might have to pick those. But, so, Futurama, I'm very excited to do. I'm doing a weekly TikTok review on it. So, watch
and we
that.
can keep talking about them here. They also put Futurama skins in Fortnite. So, back when you get back from Michigan and we play Fortnite, you can see the skin.
With the guy from the Futurama.
So, Beck, you have seen Harley Quinn?
I have watched, like, most of the first episode. So I can get
just the first episode of the show or the season of the new season. Okay. So I'm gonna give I got into the show I think just as season 1 was ending.
Yeah.
And then but then I was like, what? Start season 2, but then I kind of forgot about it, and then I saw it was on HBO Max, so I rewatched season 2, and that was one of my favorite binges I ever did, watching all of season 2, and then I watched it weekly for season 3. I would say season 3, it's a good season, but my least favorite.
I agree.
I think season 1 might be my favorite because it just felt fresh, but yeah.
Because I got into it while season 3 aired. I think the first episode of season 3 came out, and then I watched 1 and 2, caught up by episode 3 of season 3, and then watched it weekly from there. I think ranking of seasons is season 2 is my favorite. I think like having to go to all the major villains.
Yeah,
I think that was a good arc. It still had my favorite character, Kite Man, in it. Season 1,
I got rid of Kite Man in season 3.
But season 1 I think is next, and then season 3.
Yeah, 2, 1, 3 seems like the consensus.
Yeah, that seems good. But I feel like this season at least, because like I felt like I felt like season 3 in a way kind of felt kind of aimless for the character of Harley. Because like season 1, like, oh, she's breaking out of the Joker relationship. That's a goal for her to do a season. Season 2, she's trying to like get Gotham back. Season 3 was a Harley relationship, but with Ivy. But I don't feel like that needs to be the main thing.
Yeah.
But at least now, season 4, we're seeing like, oh, she has to be part of the Bat family, and that's why I think it's going to be a better season.
Yeah, she actually has a goal throughout the season.
And I like the Bat family characters. The one issue I have right now is that like there have been like status quo changes throughout the seasons, but having very little Clayface and very little King Shark.
Yeah, they're like not in the first episode like at all for me.
No. They're not in the second episode, and then they are in the third episode, but Clayface is just an asshole, and King Shark is just getting tormented by his wife.
Yeah. Wow. And so and then I like the character, but they can't. Who's the little guy who's annoying?
Oh, Damien.
Like no, like the little. He's like the wizard guy. What's his name?
Psycho. Him,
Dr.
whatever.
Psycho, something. I don't know. Something like that.
Is he the? He was the companion in like season 1 and 2, right?
I like his character, but they kind of like got him rid of the show. But that makes sense. He became like a villain.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes. But like definitely, I really like more quaintiness. The quaintiness quality of season 1 and 2 it felt very nice. Season 3, also with the different type of episode lengths, felt a bit jarring for me because they usually have like 13 episodes or 12 season, but now it cut down to 10, which was kind of like I liked having more episodes of the show, but that's fine. Season 3 was good, but I just felt like it lost a little of its structure, and I feel like season 4, even though we're breaking apart from Clayface and King Shark, I feel like it has potential.
I mean, I like the Bat Family. I like Batgirl, and I like Rob. I think he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
One thing.
What did you? Yeah.
Another thing is because they've killed so many Batman villains.
Oh yeah, that is
like,
crazy.
In the Legion of Doom, like half of them now are just like Flash and Green Lantern villains. Which I saw, which I thought was kind of funny. I'm like, these are not Batman villains in this Batman villain TV show.
Yeah,
yeah. I think they do a really good joke for that in the first episode where she's like trying to call the villains, and they're like, "Oh no, he's dead. He's dead."
Yeah.
I do like how the character of Joker is still a strong presence in the show.
Yeah. I hope we get another Joker centric episode.
I think we get like a Joker episode like each season or something like that. Right?
He was pretty good in season 3 in that one episode.
I feel like he's still a pretty solid character. One thing I feel like this is the only type of DC animation thing I think I can watch because like they get like they actually it's like more of a sitcom rather than like a DC superhero movie in that way, you know.
I feel like try watching My Adventures with Superman. That one's
similar
good too.
to Harley Quinn in the sense.
No, it is. It is not like it's not like trying to be a comedy and like a satire. It's just like it's like adapting like a Superman comic into it.
It is good. It is good though. It is fun having two DC animated shows running inside.
Very different, also.
So what do you guys think of like the Harley Ivy relationship?
Generally,
it can get kind of annoying sometimes, but it's generally okay.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of worried for it. I don't know if it's gonna make it out unscathed.
Yeah, it's like crazy how like they can actually keep that dynamic going when they're like on completely different sides. So yeah, I don't see it really lasting.
My only biggest gripe with this show is the kind of like the kicking out of the character of Kite Man, which is my only annoying thing. Like you really like Kite Man.
Oh, I fucking love Kite Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved Kite Man. I started watching the show just by watching clips, and he was very funny. And I feel like they kind of he's just in a relationship now, he's better. But it's like, okay, I feel like we could have seen that long, maybe a little B plot for Kite Man. But you know,
see, now my favorite character is Bane. That's my
Bane
comedy.
Is really funny.
Bane is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the one Batman villain.
You're supposed to not like Bane too. Bane is like supposed to be the annoying character, but I like him because all the characters suck. So true.
Anyway, Beck, let's just wrap it up. Give us a recommendation, Beck.
Oh, I have to give the recommendation? Oh, okay. Wait.
If you want to.
Give me like half a second. Oh yeah, wait. Can I just recommend Steven Universe now that I finished it?
Sure.
I recommend it. It has the Becklines approval.
Good show. So true.
Anyway, always use Celsius, my lovely
always use Celsius.
What is our group? Celsiite? The Celsiites?
We are not calling them the Celsiites.
Are we calling them the awesome gamer Celsius guys?
That's
and girls and non-binary.
Always use Celsius. Thanks for listening, you homeboys.